Hello everyone, and welcome to MystiCast. Glad you could join us this year for the newest episodes and the newest cast and crew.
This episode will be covering sex, United Tribe's powwow, and dad jokes.
This is MystiCast.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the show. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Justine. Sex is a major part of adult life, and most college students are budding adults. Naturally, this makes sense that college has their own rules around this. And last month, CL Lindsay was here to educate young students on just that. Morgan Drake reports.
Might as well get started. Thank you for coming out. Let me start off by telling you who I am and what I do. My name is CL
Sex. Now more than ever, it is a prominent and forefront part of the young adult experience. What isn't a part of that experience, however, is a thorough rundown of the laws and standards regarding sex. That is where CL Lindsay comes in. He is a non-profit attorney for college students, and he gives talks to schools all around the country on various topics that he feels students need to be educated on. On September 12th, he came to BSC to talk about sex and the law. His presentation touched on many topics, from adolescent abortion to public indecency and nudity, and everything in between. The biggest point that Lindsay wanted to cover in his presentation was regarding consent.
We were all taught no means no, which leaves all this space between no and yes. The new standard is yes means yes, and that sort of denotes the change in how schools are dealing with this.
Most of the laws regarding sex in college students fall under Title IX, a law established in 1972, which is described on the National College Athletic Association's website as such. No person in the United States shall, on the basis of sex, be excluded from participation in, be denied the benefits of, or be subjected to discrimination under any education program or activity receiving federal financial assistance. The purpose of this law is to provide protection for students in the event that they are discriminated against on the basis of sex, and that covers anything from gender discrimination in a sport to a student feeling like they cannot receive an equal education because their instructor is making them uncomfortable. In fact, BSC has its own Title IX counseling center for students.
We do have a Title IX team on campus, so any issues or any questions that may come up would have to do with sexual assault or social media or anything that takes place, domestic violence, stalking, or any of those things that happen on college campus. We encourage students to contact our Title IX team, which is on the core of the website for Bismarck State College.
Currently, the on-campus Title IX team can be reached by contacting Rita Lindgren or by filing a confidential report. In the midst of all of this, just last week, Secretary of Education Betsy DeVos gave a speech and announced that most of these laws were going to be changed and fluctuated quite a bit in the coming years.
Survivors, victims of a lack of due process, and campus administrators have all told me that the current approach does a disservice to everyone involved.
It is unclear currently just exactly how the Secretary of Education plans to change the way that Title IX works. Morgan Drake, MystiCast.
With the season changing and first-year students coming to BSC, the question of just what can be done in Bismarck comes to mind. We set out to ask some Bismarck natives some tips on things to do.
I usually drive around a lot. I hang with friends. I usually go out to eat with them on certain occasions. We usually do little get-togethers, as you could say. But yeah, get-togethers, pretty much that, and work a lot. I work at Target. And for fall seasons, what I usually do, maybe you could do like corn mazes. You could do like the pumpkin patch or the haunted houses, or find somewhere to go to. Usually anything that's like fall season, but around this time, you could do like anything that's for scary Halloween and stuff.
Well, you got pool here, some ping pong, the student union. I mean, you can go to the mall, you can go watch some volleyball games, hang out with people, do whatever you want, I guess.
Terrible events have happened in Las Vegas this last week. I interviewed a student to hear her response. On October 1st, 2017, the worst has happened in Las Vegas.
The biggest mass homicide so far in the United States happened in Las Vegas because some old white guy decided to shoot everybody. They came up on my Twitter, and I just scrolled past them because. My parents are actually going to Vegas for their anniversary on Friday.
Over 59 deaths had occurred, and over 500 people have been injured.
On Friday, September 8th of this year, the powwow was held at United Tribes and didn't end until Sunday, September 10th. Not only were they there to practice their Native American tradition, but also to honor Native Americans who served in World War I, one of whom just currently passed away. Many of certain Indian tribes traveled to Bismarck from upper North Dakota and Canada to participate in the powwow. The powwow was near the Bismarck Airport and next to the Army National Guard Reserve Headquarters. There was dancing, singing, chanting, and prayer.
Recently, a new trend of corny dad joke challenges have been spreading throughout the internet. Let's see if our team has what it takes not to laugh.
How's it going, everyone? Dustin here, and today we're playing the Dad Jokes Challenge. Should be interesting. First one to laugh loses, and we move on to the next person. So let's start her off here real quick. I have not read these through, so let's get ahead of ourselves. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up for itself? It was too tired.
Okay.
There it was. There it was.
Yeah, so I told you. How many apples grow on a tree? All of them.
Yeah, I suppose they do. I wouldn't buy anything Velcro. It's a total ripoff.
I used to be addicted to the hokey pokey, and I turned myself around.
That was good.
Oh, God. All right, I'm out.
I used to work in a shoe recycling shop. I was sorely disappointed.
Did I tell you about this time I fell in love doing a backflip? It's head over heels.
Hey, Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't know he was on fire.
Alright. A furniture store keeps calling me. All I wanted was a one-night stand.
My dog used to chase people on the bike a lot. Got so bad I finally had to take his bike away.
That was the one.
Is a story of a Scotsman. So, an American tourist is visiting the Scottish Isles because it's his vacation. He wants to look around, see what's there. He's just sort of walking around, seeing the sights, embracing the scenery. He's not going to the touristy places. And while he's walking, he spots this giant marble lighthouse on a bay. He says, that's very well built. He sees all the stone is very precisely cut, but it's cut in such a way that you can tell it's done by hand. All of the chipping is done with it's precise, but it's not machined. He says, And he looks up, it's on. And he can see very clearly that there are ships that are being directed. There's a heavy fog here, and in Scotland, there's always a heavy fog. The boats are being well directed by this lighthouse. He says, very nice. He keeps walking. He sees a bridge. The bridge has a lot of traffic on it, and he looks at it. It's the same cut marble. It's done by hand, and this bridge seems to be the #1 trade route for whatever town is nearby. He says, this is really cool. Whoever built these must be a master architect. He walks into the town. He starts looking around, trying to find more marks of this expert craftsman. And he sees a building. It has a sign in front that says pub, and he goes inside. All of the marble is cut the same way, and there's one Scotsman behind the counter. walks up to him. Who are you? The Scotsman looks up. He's polishing a glass or something. He says, "Hey, my name's McGregor. How do you not know me?" The guy says, "Well, I'm an American tourist. I'm new here." He says, "Oh, ain't you fortunate? You seen that lighthouse I built?" He says, "Yeah, I saw it." He said, "Yeah, it stopped about 18 boat crashes since it's been up. But they don't call me McGregor the lighthouse builder." He says, "You saw that bridge?" He said, "Yeah, seems pretty busy." He says, "Aye, but they don't call me McGregor the bridge builder. You see this pub?" He says, "Yeah, seems like it should be pretty busy, but I don't see anybody else in here." McGregor looks at him, he says, "They don't call me McGregor the pub master either. But you one goat."
Okay. First time I laughed. That it had to be that one.
That was courtesy of my dad. That's a dad joke for you.
That's a dad joke for
I feel like
Could not have
maybe
been recording, Dusty.
we could have recorded that and just put a bleep.
Yeah. And that's all we have for you guys today.
We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time.